Got a little buddy over here. Yeah, there's quite a few monkeys in this area. You can see some more out there in the rubble. They're pretty docile here. They're not. Welcome everybody. Today's video finds us over here in Cambodia. We're at Siem Reap and we're going to explore one of the temples I've been wanting to see for quite a while. I always keep missing it. Anyway, this is Prasat Baphuon, I think is how you say it. And it is an early 11th century temple. They think that construction might have started under the Khmer king Suryavarman I. And if not him, then it was his predecessor Udayadityavarman II. So those names are about 14 letters long. And the causeway, there's a 200-meter causeway that you walk down to go into the temple. That was believed to be credited to Jayavarman VII, who was known as the great builder here for the Khmer. Anyway, let's walk through here and I'll tell you a little bit about what I know of the history of this temple, and let's enjoy this. So this is the area. This is in the middle. This is the Terrace of the Leper King. The former royal palace and everything is right over there. And this is the outer wall of the temple. It's a 5-tiered pyramid, which is kind of a cool design. And then you have a Buddha statue over here in the trees, and then a lot of debris, and this is where all the monkeys and stuff run around. And then over here, this is Bayon, which is the famous one with all the faces of Jayavarman VII. Looks like we got some of the local monks coming out of the temple. So this is a cool area. This is one of my favorite parts of Angkor. I'd rather come over here than go to Angkor Wat. Angkor Wat is amazing, but you get huge crowds. Here you can come around and you're a lot more to yourself. You got another monkey over here chewing on a leaf. They're just sitting here amongst all this sandstone debris. This is the east entrance. So there's quite a bit of history to this temple. When they built it here, the ground is quite sandy, and they built it as a pyramid, which we can see that right up ahead here. So the massive weight of the pyramid, and it was built on sandy soil, almost immediately this temple started having issues. And it was remodeled several times. Almost right away, they already had to start fixing stuff. So you come in here, here's a gopura, and then you come right here onto probably the coolest thing about this temple. I don't know, I really like this and the big huge Buddha. So this is the walkway. And it's 200 meters long and it's an elevated platform. And we got a whole troop of monkeys over there in that little water. Another one right here. Looks like he's got some tumors and missing a lot of fur, so pretty sick, I'm sure. So this is the gopura, the entrance when you come in. And you can see the stone carvings here. All the little images, the faux windows. And then there's monkeys just all over the place here. Here comes a little guy picking up a plastic bottle. So this platform here is raised up above the water. When you come here during rainy season, this is kind of like a swamp, and it's really green and pretty. It's kind of dry now because it's not the rainy season. It's just 40 degrees or so. What a cool thing. And it makes a great picture if you're over here and you see people like the monks or whatever. It makes a great picture. It's really a popular place. And it's right over here. There's the old royal palace that was over in that way. Looks like we got some novice monks over here. Monkeys scurrying around. Some of the places for the water that were all lined with sandstone. Now you see, this temple here has a lot of blocks. And the reason why is because this was needing some serious renovation in the 60s. So the French archaeologists came in here and they decided that they needed to completely dismantle this temple. So they took all 300,000 blocks apart and they labeled them, and they had all the details and everything to put it back together. But in the 70s, the Civil War with the Khmer Rouge, they had to flee and all the plans were lost. So in like 1996, they came back in, another group, and they had to figure out the whole piece. So all the monks coming out. So, check out these monkeys. Oh, that's so cool. They're running along and jumping into the water and then swimming. It's one way to cool off for them. The monks are just sitting over here watching. And they're playing in the water. It's on its back. Yeah, the monkeys are having a good time today. There is the pyramid style temple right here in the middle. Now with it being completely dismantled and then the war chasing the French archaeologists off and the plans that were destroyed, they put all 300,000 pieces back together and starting in 1996, and then they opened this up in 2011. Now most of the lintels, everything like that is gone, but it's just kind of an amazing thing that they were able to reconstruct this temple. So we're almost across the second little walkway to the east entrance. You can see the height of the wall is amazing. So that looks like a set of stairs back in the old days that they used right there and right there. They're almost vertical. It would have been quite a challenge to get up there. The same here. So they put the wooden stairs in front of the original sandstone stairs. Very, very cool. You can see the covered walkway using all that sandstone. So we're up here at the top. And there would have been like a little balcony here. And then you would have went into the Gopura, into this little entrance. You can see they carved all this sandstone. Everywhere they had a surface exposed, they would carve. All of this has been reconstructed. It doesn't have all the fine carvings. You can see it would have went out that way, and it's blocked to go straight into the temple, and then you can go over this way. Yeah, it's fantastic. Now I don't know what these little stones were used for out here. I don't know if they had like a covered walkway inside of there, but we'll make our way around. I want to see the 70-meter long reclining Buddha. Now that was added in the 15th century. They came in and they remodeled this temple at that time, and they added it. They converted it from Hinduism to Buddhism at that time. So it looks like a little library right here, and then another library over that way. Yeah, so that must have been an elevated platform. You can see it goes to all the Gopura and to those buildings. And you can see that walkway. So the second Gopura and then the first Gopura way over there, and it has that elevated walkway all the way up here to this temple. All right, so this temple I think is 250 meters by 250 meters. It's just absolutely massive. And it's 5-tiered. If you've seen some of my videos of like Pre-Rup and a couple of those other pyramid style temples, you could just, I mean, they're just so colossal. Bakong Temple is a huge one also, and there's those stairs that go up to the second tier. And they're laboring to get up there, and then the workers are hanging out up there. So let's go around to the back and let's see the reclining Buddha. Now this would have been a covered walkway, and it's all gone. It's all that debris that's over there. They were not able to reconstruct it. And then you can see up there they have done some new sandstone, and that would have been a covered walkway up there also. Same, there would have been covered up there on the top pyramid, or the top tier of the pyramid. Check out that though. It's got the lotus bud on the top. So this is what I really, really wanted to see. So check this out. That is the reclining Buddha. That's his head. This is his body. All the way down here. And this is the feet. It's the only one like this I've ever seen that's built into the side of a temple. Oh, that is so cool. Now in Thailand, you see a lot of reclining Buddhas, but this is the only one I've ever seen in Cambodia. And it's also the only one I've ever seen inside of a temple like this. Oh, that's fantastic. And it is missing stones. I mean, part of the restoration, you know, where they dismantled this whole thing, this would have all been taken apart. But they did a pretty nice job of getting most of it back together. You can see the other outer buildings here, and they had another one of those little walkways. Okay, so let's go up into the top now. Yeah, so that's the feet of the reclining Buddha. And you can see they use the sandstone. There's a little bit of laterite stone. Almost all of it is that gray sandstone. And check out that tower. Now I was reading about where they quarried this. They quarried it from the Kulan Mountains. And they've found 148 different quarry sites. They can date these stones where I don't know what they do. They take a section of these stones and then they can analyze the composition of them and they can figure out where they quarried them at. And there's 3 different kinds of the stones. Most of it you see is this gray. They have the green and then they have the red sandstones. Oh yeah, this is fantastic. So we'll go up these stairs. Oh, there's a nice little breeze right here. It is so hot today. And you can see how they carved every little bit of these. So if you think it's hot walking around here, climbing these stairs, imagine climbing up here and then banging away on a chisel all day and do that your whole life. So you can see the carvings right here. That is fantastic. That's like an old chariot. You see the rider. And then these guys here, they're fighting. You see the monkey going up the tree. Oh, just some fantastic little details. All the little animals. And some more over here. Yeah, there's not much of this left because the renovation, just so much of it was lost in the 1970s. So over here we can see some of the carvings. So these are the Hanuman, or the Monkey King. Some of the other figures. So they have the monkey head and then the human body. And there's various images all around here. Yeah, this is really nice. Okay, so let's go up these stairs up to the top level. You can see the original stairs right here, and they added the wood ones. So they're a little harder to navigate. You can see the carvings here on the side of the original stairwell. And then they have the different tiers. So some of them you'll see they had elephants on the corners. I don't know if they had those originally here. So here we are on the top level up here. Oh, this is fantastic. Well, not quite the top. There's that little bit right there. Whew. Those stairs were hard to navigate in this heat. Whew. And you gotta watch your head too, because these door jambs are so low. Now I think the reason they were low is to get you to bow before you came in, to already get you in the mindset of praying. Oh, this is fantastic. So the core of it is laterite stones. And then they put the sandstone on the outside and did all the fine carving with it. Oh, so they have the stairs blocked off. That's a bummer. I just want to get up there and see all of that. Yeah, I would assume though that they had the figures here. They would have had the lions probably here, and then the elephants on the outside. Wait, how cool is this? So up here on these upper layers, they still hauled all these stones in and built this walkway up here. And then they would have covered that central shrine up there also. And it would have probably originally had like a shrine to Shiva, since this was originally Hindu, and then they converted it to a Buddhist temple in the 15th century. Yeah, so you can see that little gopura right there is in really nice shape. This is the view from up top here. So you can see those lower covered walkways, the top of the gopura with that little fine owl up there. It's the lotus bud. That's so cool. Then it would have the little nagas. Oh, that's nice. And then that is just, that itself is gigantic, and we're up above it. And then you can see the top of it. It's a shame that all you can see are those little sandstone doorways. So most of these trees would have been gone, and you would have looked right over to the royal palace from here. So you can see some of the detail work that's still remaining here. So that whole image there is pretty much gone, but a little bit. Some of those are newer pieces like that over there. You can see the really crisp carvings. Those are new, while those like that are faded, and those are the original. So one last look at this temple. It is massive. It is quite cool. And then this 70-meter long reclining Buddha. Yeah, this was a lot of fun to see. It's just really a shame that a lot of this stuff has been, you know, whenever it was dismantled, has never been able to be reassembled. But it's still pretty cool to see what is here. That's going to finish up our video over here in Angkor Thom. This Prasat Baphuon, or the Baphuon Temple. This is fantastic. This is a lot of fun. I've been wanting to make a video over here for a long time, but I just kept missing it. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, smash the like button. If I misspoke, I'm sorry. I get rattling off a lot of this information that I've read about. If you know more about it than I do, leave me a comment down below, or tell me what you think if you enjoyed this video. And if you're new to the channel, subscribe, stick around, and then you're notified when I post a new video. And from over here in Siem Reap at Angkor Thom, remember, life is a journey. So until next time, enjoy.